Shalom, my friend. I am Rabbi Boaz, and today I intend to share a profound secret that will revolutionize your physical well-being for eternity. I am here to instruct you on exactly what to proclaim over your nourishment before you consume it. Understand that this is not merely a ritual of thanks. This is not just a gesture of gratitude. This is an ancient spiritual mechanism that has been utilized for millennia to transmute ordinary food into potent medicine. It is designed to turn the act of eating into a process of restoration and to evolve your physical body into a vessel of absolute vitality. By the conclusion of this teaching, you will possess the specific phrases to utter over your meals. You will grasp the esoteric wisdom concealed within every syllable, and you will hold the authority to trigger the restorative frequencies of every bite you take. But before we proceed, I require a small action from you. Navigate to the comment section immediately and type these words: I am grateful for my divine health. Do not view this as a simple remark. This is a spiritual decree. This is your announcement to the cosmos that you are prepared to accept vitality and restoration. Now, our shared goal here is to mobilize a force of 100,000 individuals who recognize that authentic prosperity must include perfect physical health. If you are prepared to join this global cause, click the subscribe button right now. Furthermore, if you are truly dedicated to shifting your financial circumstances entirely, I have a unique opportunity for you. For a very brief period, I am granting access to the Torah Millionaire Business School for only $299. This window is closing rapidly. In this curriculum, I expose the complete Torah system for abundance, the same 3,000-year-old Jewish principles of capital that established empires, safeguarded lineages, and generated unstoppable wealth. You can find the link in the comments below. Now allow me to share a narrative. It is a chronicle of a man who realized that the vibrations you project over your food dictate the state of your health. I am intimately familiar with this account because it is my own journey. There was a time when I was a man plagued by infirmity. I was perpetually succumbing to illness. I was drained of energy at all times. I struggled with internal discomfort. I lived with persistent aches. I was reliant on prescriptions. I was consulting various specialists. I was pouring thousands of dollars into medical treatments, yet nothing provided a solution. My condition was deteriorating, not improving. I explored every avenue. I altered my nutrition. I engaged in physical training. I consumed various nutrients. I practiced stillness. I pursued flexibility. I performed every task that is supposedly linked to health. Yet I remained unwell. I remained exhausted. I remained in distress. I remained in a state of conflict. One afternoon, while immersed in the Torah, I encountered the laws regarding the blessing over nourishment. I analyzed the text. I analyzed the definitions. I analyzed the hidden layers of meaning, and I grasped a monumental truth. The invocation over food is not just a thank you. The invocation over food is a spiritual technology. The invocation over food transmutes the substance. The invocation over food transmutes your anatomy. The invocation over food transmutes your vitality. I resolved to attempt a different path. I resolved to utter the blessing over my sustenance with deep focus. I resolved to comprehend the essence of the words. I resolved to experience the vibration of the blessing, and that single choice altered my entire existence. The adversary we are collectively battling is what I define as the delusion of disconnection. It is the false premise that food is merely matter. It is the false premise that your frame is just a biological engine. It is the false premise that wellness is solely a result of caloric intake and physical movement. It is the false premise that the soul and the body operate independently. This adversary is formidable because it masquerades as modern science. It claims to be logical. It claims to be evidence-based, yet it is a deception. It is a spiritual obstruction. The covert operation of this adversary is the denial that your inner state dictates your external health. When you consume nutrients without mindfulness, when you consume nutrients without appreciation, when you consume nutrients without focus, the nourishment fails to sustain you entirely. The matter enters your system, but it does not refine you. Your organs process it, but they do not repair you. Your biology receives it, but it does not flourish. However, when you eat with mindfulness, when you eat with appreciation, when you eat with focus, the nourishment refines you. The matter sustains you on a deep level. The matter repairs you. Your organs process it with a frequency of thanks. Your cells receive it with vital joy. Your entire essence is raised to a higher state. The penalty for ignoring this truth is a life defined by weakness. It is living in a state of fatigue. It is living in a state of discomfort. It is living in a state of disease. It is the acceleration of aging. It is the premature end of life. Now let me guide you through the Torah's blueprint for absolute health. This is the moment of total transformation. In the Torah, we hold the foundational law of blessings. Prior to eating, you recite a blessing. This blessing is more than just appreciation. This blessing is a spiritual technology. The blessing is a method of plugging into the origin of all sustenance, all vitality, and all wellness. The blessing is the method of transmuting ingredients into medicine. The blessing is the method of refining your body into a vessel of absolute health. The masters of Kabbalah reveal that food is not merely tangible. Food is metaphysical. Food vibrates with energy. Food stores data. Food holds a specific consciousness. When you eat, you are not merely taking in vitamins. You are taking in energy. You are taking in data. You are taking in consciousness. And when you recite a blessing over that nourishment, you are altering the energy of the food. You are altering the data of the food. You are altering the consciousness of the food. You are lifting the food from the mundane to the divine. You are transmuting ingredients into medicine. Here is the esoteric truth about food blessings that the masses fail to grasp. When you utter a blessing over a meal, you are testifying that the nourishment originates from the Creator. You are testifying that the meal is a divine endowment. You are testifying that the meal is holy. You are testifying to your own gratitude. And when you make these testimonies, you are synchronizing your frequency with the frequency of the nourishment. You are establishing a state of resonance between your anatomy and your food. You are building the environment for absolute health. Allow me to provide the functional routine. I refer to this as the food blessing protocol, and it consists of 3 pillars. Pillar number 1 is this: you must comprehend the specific blessing. The general blessing is as follows: Blessed are you, eternal our God, sovereign of the cosmos, through whose word all things exist. This is the overarching declaration. However, there are specialized declarations for specific categories. For bread, the declaration is, Blessed are you, eternal our God, sovereign of the cosmos, who brings forth bread from the soil. For fruit, the declaration is, Blessed are you, eternal our God, sovereign of the cosmos, who creates the fruit of the branch. For vegetables, the declaration is, Blessed are you, eternal our God, sovereign of the cosmos, who creates the fruit of the earth. But mark my words, the secret is not found in the syllables alone. The secret is found in the awareness you project into them. When you recite the declaration, you are testifying that you recognize the divine source of all growth. You are testifying that you are appreciative. You are testifying that you see the holiness in the act of eating. You are testifying that you respect the life force of the food. I once assisted a student named Thomas. Thomas was unwell. He suffered from high pressure. He suffered from high fats in his blood. He suffered from sugar imbalances. He was reliant on a mountain of pills. He was in a dark place. I guided him through the food blessing protocol. I directed him to recite the declaration over every meal. He was doubtful. He remarked, Rabbi, I find it hard to believe that words over a plate will fix my body. I require chemistry. I require surgeons. I require labs. I responded, Thomas, the blessing does not replace the chemistry. The blessing empowers the chemistry. The blessing is a way of shifting your inner state. The blessing is a way of aligning your cells with your intake. The blessing is a way of unlocking the restorative power within the food. He followed the instructions. He began declaring the blessing. He spoke it with patience. He resonated with the words. He believed the words. He understood the hidden meaning, and a shift occurred. His experience of eating changed. He felt a deeper appreciation. He felt a heightened awareness. He felt a bond with his nourishment. Within 30 days, his pressure levels dropped. Within 60 days, his blood markers improved. Within 90 days, his sugar levels reached a baseline. His specialist was stunned. The specialist said, "Whatever your routine is, do not stop. Your biology is regenerating at a rapid pace." Thomas told me, "Rabbi, the blessing changed the foundation. It changed my connection to food. It changed how my system accepts the food. It changed my life." Within half a year, his prescriptions were halved. Within 12 months, he was free from most of them. His health was entirely renewed. Pillar number 2 is this: you must recite the blessing with absolute focus and mindfulness. This is vital. Countless individuals recite blessings like robots. They speak the phrases without conviction. They chant the words without feeling, but a blessing void of focus is hollow. A blessing void of mindfulness is inert. Here is the process. Before the first bite, you will halt. You will inhale deeply 3 times. Exhales, you will settle your thoughts. You will relax your frame. You will center yourself. Then you will speak the blessing. You will speak it with deliberation. You will sense every word. You will mean every word. You will perceive every word as you project the blessing. You will envision the nourishment being transmuted. You will envision the nourishment becoming a healing balm. You will envision the nourishment entering your system and mending you. You will envision your frame becoming more resilient with every mouthful. You will envision yourself becoming more radiant, more energetic, more vital. I worked with a student named Sarah. Sarah suffered from chronic internal distress. She was always swollen, she was always in pain, she was always in a state of discomfort. She had exhausted all medical options, nothing provided relief. I guided her through the food blessing protocol. I told her to speak the blessing with absolute focus and mindfulness. She obeyed. Before eating, she halted. She inhaled deeply 3 times. She settled her thoughts. She relaxed her frame. Then she spoke the blessing. She spoke it with deliberation. She sensed every word. She meant every word. She perceived every word. As she spoke, she envisioned the food being transmuted. She envisioned the food becoming medicine. She envisioned the food repairing her internal system. Within a week, her distress lessened. Within 2 weeks, the swelling decreased. Within 3 weeks, the pain vanished. Within a month, her internal system was completely restored. She told me, "Rabbi, the blessing refined my bond with food. It refined my digestion. It refined my health." Pillar number 3 is this: you must eat with patience and mindfulness following the blessing. This is the critical final stage. After you speak the blessing, you cannot return to a state of hurried, mindless consumption. You must eat with patience. You must eat with awareness. You must eat with appreciation. You must eat with focus. Here is the process. After the blessing is spoken, take 1 bite. Grind the food slowly. Experience the flavor. Experience the texture. Remain present with the meal. You should grind each bite at least 30 times before you swallow. Remain entirely present with every mouthful. As you consume, maintain the vision of the food being transmuted into pure vitality. Envision the food saturating your cells. Envision the food mending you. Project appreciation for the meal. Project appreciation for your frame. Project appreciation for your wellness. Why is this mandatory? Because when you eat with patience and mindfulness, your biological systems have the interval needed to recognize they are being fed. Your system has the interval needed to generate the correct enzymes. Your system has the interval needed to extract the life force. Your system has the interval needed to repair. But when you eat with haste and distraction, your system fails to recognize the nourishment. Your system fails to generate the correct enzymes. Your system fails to extract the life force. Your system fails to repair. I assisted a student named Michael. Michael was struggling with his weight. He was perpetually eating yet never felt full. He was perpetually ravenous. He was perpetually overeating. His weight was climbing. I guided him through the food blessing protocol. I told him to speak the blessing and then eat with patience and mindfulness. He obeyed. Before he ate, he spoke the blessing. Then he ate with patience. He ground each bite at least 30 times. He experienced the flavor. He experienced the texture. He was present with the meal and a shift occurred. He felt a sense of completion after eating. He felt saturated. He felt whole. His urge to overeat vanished. Within a month, he dropped 5 pounds. Within 3 months, he dropped 15 pounds. Within 6 months, he dropped 30 pounds. Within a year, he dropped 50 pounds. His vitality was entirely renewed. He told me, Rabbi, the blessing and the slow consumption transformed my bond with food. It transformed my anatomy. It transformed my life. Now let me speak to your doubts. I am aware of your thoughts. You are thinking, Rabbi, this is a beautiful concept, but I lack the time to speak blessings over my meals. I am overextended. I am in a hurry. I lack the time to eat with such patience. Here is my response. You lack the time not to speak blessings over your meals. The moments you dedicate to blessings and patient eating are the most profitable moments of your day because these moments are regenerating your health. These moments are repairing your body. These moments are adding years to your life. Another doubt you might have, Rabbi, what if I perform the blessing and nothing occurs? What if my condition stays the same? Here is my response. Your condition will improve. It may not be an overnight sensation. It may not manifest in the specific way you anticipate, but your vitality will shift. Your anatomy will react. Your cells will mend. The spiritual law of consciousness is absolute. Let me tell you about 3 more individuals who adopted the food blessing protocol and shifted their reality. First, consider Jennifer. Jennifer was perpetually drained. She possessed zero vitality. She was in a state of constant exhaustion. She was resting 10 hours a night yet waking up depleted. She was seeing specialists. She was taking stimulants. Nothing provided a solution. I guided her through the food blessing protocol. She began speaking the blessing. She began eating with patience and mindfulness. Within a week, her energy rose. Within 2 weeks, she was resting 8 hours and waking up vibrant. Within 3 weeks, her stamina lasted all day. Within a month, the exhaustion was gone. Her energy was entirely renewed. She told me, Rabbi, the blessing and the patient eating restored my existence. I am energetic again. I am truly alive again. Second, consider David. David lived with persistent agony. He had spinal pain. He had joint pain. Was in distress at all times. He was reliant on pain relief. He was seeing specialists. Nothing provided a solution. I guided him through the food blessing protocol. He began speaking the blessing. He began eating with patience and mindfulness. Within a week, the agony lessened. Within 2 weeks, the distress was notably reduced. Within 3 weeks, the pain was nearly invisible. Within a month, his persistent agony had vanished. He was no longer in pain. He was no longer reliant on pain relief. Snorts, his vitality was entirely renewed. He told me, Rabbi, the blessing and the patient eating mended my pain. I am unburdened. I am healthy again. Remember, my dear friends, the Torah proclaims, I have placed before you life and death, blessing and curse. Therefore choose life so that you and your children may live. To choose life is to choose health. To choose health is to choose conscious consumption. To choose conscious consumption is to speak blessings over your nourishment. To speak blessings over your nourishment is to refine your health. The Talmud also asks, who is the wise person? The answer is the one who perceives the outcome. And the outcome of this path is absolute health. The outcome is radiant energy. The outcome is a long and vibrant existence. That future belongs to you. You possess the authority. You possess the divine spark. You possess the choice. Beginning with your very next meal, beginning at this moment, you can shift your health. You can speak blessings over your food. You can eat with patience and mindfulness. You can refine your anatomy into a vessel of absolute health. You can become radiant. You can become vibrant. You can become whole. The decision is yours. Will you commit to it? Will you speak the declaration over your nourishment? Will you eat with patience and mindfulness? Will you shift your vitality? I am offering prayers for you. I am praying that you receive the wisdom to grasp the authority of food blessings. I am praying that you find the resolve to eat with patience and mindfulness. I am praying that you maintain the conviction to trust in the restorative power of the declaration. And I am praying that you distribute this teaching to someone in need, because this is how we mobilize our force of 100,000 souls who recognize that absolute health begins with a blessing over a meal. Shalom. And may you be graced with absolute health, radiant energy, a long and vibrant existence, the wisdom to declare blessings, the resolve to eat with patience, the conviction to trust the power of the word, and the prosperity that flows from a vital body. May your wellness be shifted. May your anatomy be mended. May you experience a long and vibrant journey.